MrBeast is without a doubt the most popular YouTuber on the platform. I don't actually know if that's true. I'm just assuming it without doing any research whatsoever. But I have a little bit of a confession to make. I kind of hate his content. It's just too frantic. It's like every 5 seconds there is a cut with a zoom in or a zoom out, or a camera just moving. Like, the camera can never just like stay still on a subject. It always has to be moving. There's always a ton of like pointless like VFX and sound effects, and just MrBeast going like, "Whoa, wowee, look at me, I'm Mr. Breast, whoa." I mean, the only way that I can really describe it is editing for Zoomers with ADHD. And quite frankly, it hurts my brain to watch his content. But I noticed that he has an Amazon Prime show called Breast Games, and I was kind of curious. Like, I'm always kind of curious to see what a YouTuber does when they dip their little toesies into mainstream media. Will the transition be good? Will it be bad? Will it be a success, or will it be a horrific failure? Well, I watched the first episode of Breast Games to find out, and it is pretty much the same shit. I thought that I would be able to escape the editing for Zoomers with ADHD, but it is here in full force. You have all the shitty VFX, you have all the shitty sound effects, you have the camera that just refuses to stay still. Was that guy flossing? I don't know. I honestly think that there should be an epilepsy warning for Mr. Breast videos. That being said, there definitely are good things about the show, like the production value seems to be very high. In Mr. Breast fashion, it seems very much larger than life, and that's kind of cool, I guess. I will say the narrative, right, because it's a reality show, but reality shows try to have a narrative, wasn't very strong in this first episode. Like, with there being 1,000 contestants, you're not really following a character. You're not following a person. It's just a bunch of people with a bunch of things happening, and there's not really anything for you to grab onto. They try their best to make it intense with their editing for Zoomers with ADHD. Oh, look at those effects, guys. Oh, whoa, whoa. But yeah, I mean, it just doesn't really work at the end of the day. I have to say, watching the show was also just like kind of uncomfortable. These are clearly people that are like very desperate for money in many cases, and they're having like these mental breakdowns, like very real mental breakdowns, when they end up losing their opportunity to win money. And there is just like this massive dissonance between watching like real human beings having real human reactions to things, and then it switches over to Mr. Breast being like, and now we have 400 contestants left. And he's just not a human being. There's no soul behind those eyes. He's clearly just a husk of a person. It honestly reminded me of the Hunger Games, where you have these shitty ass hosts that are like trying to remain upbeat while you have real human beings going through horrific experiences. Not to overly sensationalize the situation, right? MrBeast is obviously not, abusing these people. They voluntarily went to a game show, right? Like most normal people, when they need money, they work. But at the end of the day, I just don't really get much enjoyment in seeing a piece of media like so clearly take advantage of people going through distress like that. I don't know. It feels a little dystopian to me. I'm going to be honest. Also, I know that the more relevant pop culture reference is probably Squid Games, but I haven't seen Squid Games, okay? I'm not hip with the kids. I don't know what Skibbity Toilet is, okay? I'm out of touch, okay? Every time I tell somebody that I haven't seen Squid Games, they're like, oh, what? I haven't seen Squid Games? What are you talking about? You're such a loser, bro. You suck. Blah. Sue me, okay? What do you want me to say? Speaking of Squid Games, though, it was funny seeing Mr. Breast being very thirsty on Twitter. Netflix will be promoting their Squid Games season 2, and Mr. Breast is like, please watch my shitty We Have Squid Game at home. It's very funny, kind of pathetic, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, I guess I should probably talk about the other two episodes. Honestly, there's not really much else to say. The second episode is very boring. It kind of suffers the same problem as the first one, where there's just a lot of players and you're not really able to follow any kind of coherent storyline. And honestly, so much of the episode was taken up by them throwing balls into a big cup. Yeah, that's just not entertaining. I will say the third episode was definitely an improvement. They significantly reduced the amount of players that were following here, and we actually got to see some kind of entertaining storylines. We got to see some sort of, intense situations between people, and it was fine. It kind of went from the first two episodes, which were shitty MrBeast videos made to appeal to literal babies with zero attention spans, to being a kind of okay, I guess, reality TV show. And I mean, hey, to be fair, the number of players are only going to lower, so I would assume that the show will probably get better over time. Will I be watching the rest of it? I don't know. Honestly, maybe if this video blows up, I'll keep going and I'll review the show when it ends. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you want me to watch the rest of the show, I guess I'll subject myself to MrBeast. But if not, let me know what you think about the first 3 episodes either way. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Oh, also become a member if you want extra content and stuff. Okay, bye for real.